Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, I am Red Ryan, and today we're back with some more Planet Zoo. We are building, well, we're installing, putting in meerkats. You like meerkats? Well, I like meerkats too. They're very small and fuzzy and cute. And I've never been to a zoo and actually seen them in person, but I'd so like to see them. So we're putting in a desert-themed habitat for them, of course, because they are from the desert. So why not just give them their natural habitat? But first off, we gotta start with the sign that welcomes the guests and says, "Hey, here's the meerkats. You want to see some meerkats? Well, here you go. Big sign, meerkat sign." I almost forgot how to spell meerkat, so I did pause for a minute, but we got it all sorted. And if you guys want to get the creations for these signs, I'm going to be setting up a Steam workshop, my personal Steam workshop, so you guys can go and get I will be putting the link in the bio or something for you guys to kind of go and check out the creations for yourself if you guys want to put them in your parks. And if you guys want to share some of your creations, I will be setting that up, and then also setting up a Discord so we can kind of share our ideas with one another. But also, if you guys are interested, I'm going to be announcing shortly, sometime during the next week, a Planet Zoo challenge, a community Planet Zoo challenge, where we are going to be doing a challenge called I don't want to say, but the 10 and 2 challenge. So basically, we'll be announcing more on that. Back to this habitat for the meerkats. I'm giving them about 600 square meters of land area, but it boils down after we decorated the entire habitat to about 450, just under 500, for them to kind of roam around and feel at home. So I like to do the dirt around the borders, so then I kind of know where to place the rocks, but without thinking that when I do place the rocks, the habitat barrier does end up showing up. So I ended up using the white cladded rocks. They're I think they're part of the base game, but anyway, yep, I like the look of them and using them as the barrier, and also sinking their habitat down into the ground gave it more of a natural feel, and also gives the guests a better viewing experience. Personally, if I went to a zoo and I was looking down into a habitat rather than looking just straight, I feel like that would be cooler, because basically our heads naturally flow down. But anyway, placing these white cladded rocks around barriers, I think they're just natural barriers. They're just so cool. And flipping them back and forth to kind of not give it the same texture. And yes, so basically we got to make sure that the land is traversal for guests and smoothing it out. And then we're going to start getting them in the habitat so that we can see what their requirements are. So basically, as far as I know, they are desert animals and they like to live in the desert. So basically sand and soil and rocks. Basically, I think that's just basically what they need. So the heart shelter, they live in burrows, so they're going to be in the ground, so you don't have to build really structures for them. But if you want to build like a shaded area for them, or like a cave, you can do that, and that could work as well. But they do like to dig their homes in the ground, so that they can basically be protected from any predators or anything. So they're protective that way. And for this water trough of theirs, I felt like it looked too plain, so I kind of just outlined the outline on the side there, just to give it more rocky feel. Like it was just grown there, and then they just decided to use, hey, this is a flat piece of rock, let's just put their water in it. So that gave it interesting. So placing some nettles, some dry grass, some palm trees in there, and a bunch of clad rocking, and also this cladded archway. I wanted to kind of fill up the gap to kind of give them an entrance feel to their burrow, but I ended up scratching that idea and ended up sinking the archway straight into the ground and plopping it right over there, and I call that a day. But also, who says too much rocks too much rocks is too much rocks. I don't know if that's a saying, but I guess you guys can quote me on that. But I gave them a little stairway to kind of get to their. It's just like, it's so inviting. I wanted this habitat to feel like inviting for them, so, and more interesting, like, because if you just place like a metal thing in there and make it look like that's their food area, it just doesn't look natural. So just placing rocks at the edges to make it feel a lot more natural. Just, I like it. I like making things feel natural and more realistic in a way. So, but anyway, placing all these cladded rocks all around the habitat made it feel so much more meerkat biome feel. So they really live in caves and the desert caves and live around rocks and everything. So it basically just a way of making it home for them. And so just giving the guests a proper viewing experience, we gotta make sure that they have their education on the meerkats. So this is gonna be the very first pit stop on the way through the zoo. And what better than to look at a pure African animal, the meerkats. So placing a vista point. And also, I like to point out, if you guys have habitats, putting habitat webcams in there is very also important for education. So let's kind of just pretend that there's a live stream, and guests can kind of pop on the live stream, the website, and kind of see the meerkats free of charge or something like that. Or even if there's a security office somewhere, you can kind of just look at it. So I did think about putting guest habitat speaking area for the guests to kind of have some education, but after like looking at it and setting the whole thing up, I just decided that this is just it's very clumped in there, and it just kind of messed up my entire thing that was going. So just making everything just feel like it's a pit stop. They can come sit down, have a snack or something, and watch the meerkats, and just made it feel more inviting. So anyway, we're gonna be finishing up here the pathways with some cladded rocking and such, and then we're just gonna be calling it an episode, and we're gonna go get some fancy cool cinematic shots of these beautiful animals for you guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back. I will be putting in the community section what the next animal will be. So hope you guys enjoy. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.